A brand new metagame is on the horizon, and there's a demo out for it. So let's take a look at it and find out if you should be excited. Hello everyone, welcome back to Must Play Reviews. Today we're going to be checking out Visions of Mana, the latest entry in the Mana series. With the release date just around the corner, we're going to walk through the demo and the trailer and see what this game has to offer. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you played the last Mana game, Trials of Mana, it was a pretty solid game. It had a more cartoony and simplistic vibe compared to something like Final Fantasy or the Tales series. It did seem like it was more geared toward younger players, but it still had enough depth to keep RPG fans engaged, especially with the combat system and the world exploration, with multiple endings and playthroughs. So visually, Visions of Mana doesn't disappoint. It's got that quirky Mana charm. It's a world that wants to take you out of reality and put you into a fantasy. Some of the trees have blue leaves and the characters feel like they've popped straight out of a storybook. The character designs are spot on, making the world feel unique. But there is one thing I've got to mention, and that is this weird thing with the eyes. The light reflection on them doesn't seem to change no matter where the character looks or where the lighting is. It can be a bit distracting, but it's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely noticeable. The combat is your typical real-time action RPG, very similar to the latest Tales games. You can swap between characters during fights, set up strategies for your characters to take in battle, and the controls are pretty straightforward. You hold R1, press one of the face buttons for different abilities for bigger moves. It's simple, but it works. Now the class system is back, and when you switch classes, your character's appearance changes. They even throw in a cutscene the first time you unlock a new class, showing off the new look. Exploration looks like it's going to play a big role in Visions of Mana. Even in a demo, there are side quests and interesting areas that you can't access yet. The game has some pretty neat mechanics with the vessels you control, like slowing down time to cross icy sections or boosting your jumps. And you can't forget that you get to ride a giant dog for faster traversal across the open areas. Let's talk about the performance a bit. I tested the demo on PS5 in performance mode. It's a smooth 60 FPS during gameplay. If you switch to resolution mode, the frame rate is unlocked and usually sits around 55 frames a second. It's fine if you got a VRR display, but I would stick with performance mode for that lock 60. However, the cutscenes are different. They don't lock at 60. They seem to be trying to lock at 30, but it's hard to tell because watching the frame rate counter on my monitor, it's just going up and down constantly. But that could be an issue with it going below the VRR range. Maybe they'll sort that out in the final release. Is Visions of Mana worth your time? I would say it has a lot to offer. Whether you're a young player just getting into RPGs or someone that's an RPG fan already that just wants to play something a little bit simpler and a throwback to classic games. The world is interesting and the gameplay is solid. And as far as the performance goes, it's pretty good. The full game drops on August 29th, 2024. If you want to try it, the demo is out now and I highly recommend giving it a shot. I spent about an hour with it collecting items and exploring, and it's already hit some of those OCD points for me, so I'm seriously thinking about picking this one up myself. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, would you kindly leave a like and subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.